It's another rough weekend for Kentucky football, as we all know. Another home loss to Vanderbilt Saturday night. So we fast forward to today. We get the Monday afternoon press conference, and we know Mark Stoops is one who is always careful to try not to let people take a quip or a quote and make it into something a lot bigger than what it actually is. But today, he said what he said, and it's a quote that is kind of taking on a life of its own. It's kind of getting bigger, and it's something you didn't think you would hear. Mark Story from the Herald Leader asked Mark Stoops what's keeping Jermaine Wilcox from seeing the field more. And Mark Stoops said, here's the thing, tie your shoes. He doesn't tie his shoes. So he runs it, but his shoe falls off. So he's got to come out. That would help. That's a brutally honest answer, but it leads to more questions. Should Jermaine Wilcox lace his shoes up? Absolutely. The cupboard at running back has been thinner than what we thought it would be, with Chip Trayanum suffering an injury before the season started, then suffering a setback, which has led to us not seeing him play at all this season. Now, with the next man up mentality, that means more opportunities for Wilcox and the rest of the guys in the running back room. More opportunities to tote the rock, get on the field, get more playing time, but he's impacting his opportunities because, among other things, he's not tying his shoes. That leads to the question, more often than not, the way you practice is the way you play. So is he in practice running around, shoes untied, shoes falling off, having to come out like what we're seeing in the game, or things that's keeping him from getting in the game? Is this what's happening in practice as well? The great Randy Moss famously said he didn't stretch, didn't have to stretch. 84 ain't got to stretch. Was born ready, come out the womb ready. Well, here's what 84 wasn't out there doing. He wasn't out there getting soft contact, soft tissue injuries, pulling hamstrings, straining quads because he didn't stretch. Had he started getting injured and coming off the field every play or missing several games, you can bet that the late Denny Green and Bill Belichick and all the other coaches he played for would say, look, Randy, we know you're the freak and all, but you're going to have to start stretching. That's not what happened with Randy Moss. Maybe True Blue Customs can come up with a laceless cleat for Wilcox to where it doesn't fall off. Feels like it's laced up tight, but doesn't have any laces at all. Just a weird quote, something you didn't think you would hear today, but here's where we are. The call-in show is coming up. Maybe there'll be some clarification or a spin or a different answer, but you said what you said this afternoon, and it's going to be hard to kind of change that now, but this is where we are. Of course, we'll talk about more of this and other developments on our episode on Wednesday. But until then, we'll holler at y'all later.